The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Bento-Pinion. I'm here at MEFA on the college planning team as program manager for MEFA Pathway. So I just want to welcome you all this afternoon. And today's webinar will be focusing on the features on the student side of our newly launched middle school portal. So MEFA Pathway is a complete college and career planning resource for students, educators, and education policymakers across the Commonwealth. It's offered to all middle and high schools in Massachusetts, free of cost by the Massachusetts Educational Financing Authority, otherwise known as MEFA. And Pathway plays a key role in the Commonwealth's efforts around college and career readiness and success by increasing access to information about higher education and career opportunities for all types of students. So Pathway provides access to academic and professional success to learners now in grades 6 through 12 across the Commonwealth by setting each student on a path to college and career success. So rather than a one-size-fits-all approach to future planning, MEFA Pathway is tailored to meet the needs of the Commonwealth's diverse student and workforce populations by offering comprehensive tools in one easily accessible website. So MEFA is thrilled to announce the launch of its online portal for students in grades 6 through 8. And Pathway is an established and reputable college and career planning website and now includes new activities and tools for middle school students. So when a student creates an account in MEFA Pathway, depending on their year of graduation or their grade level, it will show them activities that are age appropriate for their grade or age. So I'm going to go through, during this webinar, it'll probably take about 30 minutes, and I'm going to go through the middle school features. I'm going to show you how to register an account. And I'm going to keep you all on mute just so we don't have the background noise. And then at the end of the webinar, I will put up my contact slide for you, my contact information, so you have that. So if you have any questions, or if you're a school that wants to become one of our affiliates, you can just get in touch with me with any questions. Again, this is a free resource, so if a school does want to become an affiliate, there's no cost involved at all, and you do have access to the counselor portal, so that gives some more capabilities as far as tracking progress and that sort of thing. So we're not going to go into the counselor portal today. We're just going to focus on the student side. So students can set up an account by going on to mefapathway.org. Here we are on the main landing page here. And then as a first-time user, they'll want to create their account. So they click I am a student, and that brings them to the student login page. But since they don't have a login yet, they're going to click register here as a first-time user. So now I'm just going to go through a couple of the steps here to show you what it looks like and how easy it is for a student. So one thing that is important to note, that if a student, because they're in middle school, if they are under the age of 14, they then need a parental consent. So if your student is creating an account and they're not part of an affiliate school, it will acknowledge that, the system will realize that, and then the parent will receive, the student provides the parent email, and the parent then receives an email so that they can either manually consent, print out a form and send it in, or scan it and email it back, or they can do it online. And then the student will have access to that account. So that's if the student is under age 14 or is not part of one of our affiliate schools. So let's select what city or town the school is in. Let's pick Chelmsford, and then we're going to select McCarthy Middle School, and we're going to click submit. Brings us to the second page. I've already registered as this person. Let me change my date of birth here. All right. The system is saying, oh, you already have a student with that date of birth going to that school with that name. So that's good. All right. So we have these fields are required. So we have our first name, our last name, our date of birth. Let's let's create an address here. I'm just making this up. We're in Chelmsford. All right. Zip code 824, I think it is. All right. And year of graduation, we're going to go with 2025. So I believe that makes our student a sixth grader. All right. So then the third registration page is where the student will create their username. They do have to have an email address. So they put in their email address, confirm it, create a password, and then they will make up 2 security questions. And I always suggest to make these something that you are not going to forget, like what's your mother's name, what's your father's name, because sometimes the students will actually forget the answers to their security questions. So the security questions are for if and when the student needs to reset their password if they forget their password. So they can reset their password either by the security questions or by receiving a reset to their email. So they just click on these 2 boxes here. And because this school is not an affiliate school, the parent does need to consent. So they check those 2 boxes, they click register, and then they have to wait until the account is, until the parent gives consent for that login. So the student then will get an email when that's complete. So if the student is part of an affiliate school, then they just go right through. All right, so once they create their account, I'm going to log into my test account here that I have created. So when they have their credentials, they just go to mefapathway.org and then put their username and password in and click submit. And then they will be brought to a page. So the first time they log in, they'll be brought to the profile details page. But once they've started working in the site and have been in and started working through some of the activities, they will be brought automatically to this dashboard page. So this will show the Discovery Zone activities and just kind of leads the student to what they need to do next. And then they can earn badges down at the bottom here by completing different tasks. So for example, I'll just show you what the profile, I'm going to click on the profile. So in order to earn the badge in this profile area, the student needs to add at least 2 activities into their profile, add their skills and strengths into their profile, and create that resume. And once they do that, then the badge is highlighted. So that's how the badges work. So there are different criteria for the different badges here. All right, so let's go back to that dashboard page. But one of the first things that we suggest students start to do is to start adding information into their profile. So as you can see here, our student Willa is a grade 7 student, and her last activity in the site was March 25th. So she's been pretty active within the site. But we're going to jump over to this profile details page here. So once the account is created, the students start adding information into the profile. So as you can see here, we have a handful of subpages. So personal information, the school, activities, honors and awards, skills and strengths, and employment. So all of the information within the profile it's all editable. So what this does is this starts the student thinking about, it feeds into a resume builder as well. And once they create their account, this account will stay with them through high school. So when they they created their account when they were a 7th grader, and then they log in, 2 years has passed, they log in, and now they're a 9th grader, they will see different activities that are age appropriate for high school students. But all of the information that they've added into their profile, their career list, will all go with them. So it's one site, but just the activities change as the grade levels change. So we have personal information, we have the school that the student attends. So if they attended a previous school, if they want to add, they can add that here. So the activities, this is where the student starts adding all the great things that they're doing both inside and outside of school. So, and again, they may, when they get to 10th or 11th grade, and they might take some of these earlier activities out, that's up to them, but they can start at least getting a feel for what a resume looks like, and of course conversations about what a resume is used for. So let me just show you how this works. Type of activity is selected. So let's just say we're going to pop in a sport. If the sport isn't found on the list, they can just click other and then type it in. But let's say this Willa plays tennis, and she has been involved in tennis for 6th and 7th grade. She plays in the summer. Do you plan to do it to continue at college? Maybe she does. They can add a position, they can add a description, and then once they've added all the information they'd like, they just click save. So once the activity is saved, it then appears on this subpage here. So you can see that tennis was added. It's on the bottom. So we continue on, honors and awards. Has the student made the honor roll? Have they received any awards? Very simple to add, same process. Skills and strengths, a little bit different, where we have a handful of skills and strengths to select from, and they just can check it off if they, just that, and then we'll just click save. And then that will appear on that list once we have it saved. There we go. So that was saved. And then employment, if they babysit, or if they work. Community service is really important to add into this profile piece as well. So once they start adding information into the profile details, then all of that great information feeds directly into our resume builder. So again, the student can start getting a feel for building up a resume. So they can add an objective if they like, and then they can select what they would like to appear on a particular resume. So maybe they're applying for a job and they just want certain things to appear on that resume. They can create a draft. So they select what they'd like, and then they click save. And I always usually just put a date on it. And then once they've saved a resume, it will appear on this list. We just have one saved here for now. And let me show you what that looks like. But they can save as many as they like. In another account that I have probably 12 drafts saved. So they can, I don't even know what the limit is. But this is a previous one that we had saved here. So you can get a feel for what it looks like. All that information that was selected. And then the student can actually change the resume style if they like. So this is a more modern look. And then they can download it as a PDF or download as a Word doc. So then obviously if they're downloading as a Word doc, they can change the format. They can edit it further. So it's a great way to get students started on building that resume. Another great activity found under the Create Your Profile page is our goals and strategies. So the students, I think it's such a great, they're great conversations and great activities to talk to students about both long and short-term academic, personal, and career goals. And it's never too early to start those conversations. So we have a page here where students can actually add those 3 types of goals and match those goals up with strategies. So for example, we'll just click add goal. And if the student is, kind of stuck, like, what would a goal be for me? We have a couple of prompts here. They might not apply to your student, but it gives you a little prompt. The student they select the type of goal. They type in a goal name or description. They type in the expected completion date, and then they add the strategies. How are they going to achieve those goals? And then they click save. And once they've clicked saved, it is then on that main goals and strategies page. So here we are. So very simple. So again, a great activity for, even the youngest of students to start thinking about. All right. So then we're going to move on to our Discover Careers page here. So this is the main overview of this Discover Careers page. And we have 4, I'm going to click on the Discovery Zone. We have 4 activities that the students can start exploring, activities in the Discovery Zone to discover what careers may be of interest to them in their future. So these are new games that are available for the middle school grades that are I consider they're fun, engaging, intuitive, and along with that, they're facilitating exploration and discovery in a number of areas. So I'll just quickly go through and show you what these look like. So we have everyday things. So the everyday things activity allows students to explore careers based on subjects or activities that they enjoy. So the student would select, let's just for an example, we like food and art. So we select two, and these may be careers that would be affiliated with those everyday things. If the student wants to look further into what a camera operator may be, they can just click on that, and it gives them just a very, just quick general information. So what career category that is included in, the required education level, median wage. And then if the student would like to start adding careers to their list to come back to in the future to look at, they can just click Save to My List. So the student can, and I'll show you what that list looks like in just a couple minutes, but they can reset this. They can say, all right, I want to select books and sports and see what comes up. So just a great way for the students to start exploring those different careers based on what they may like to do. All right, Says Who. Let's jump on to Says Who. The Says Who activity exposes students to various careers by identifying on-the-job tasks related to specific work environments. And this is super fun. So I'll just click Let's Play. And my computer's rather slow, I'm sorry. Let's play. Did I click it? Here we go. All right, so what would a forest worker say? So this is even a great activity to do in a classroom. Have this up on the screen and have students take guesses at what would a forest worker say. So they select, it's not just about wearing the flannel shirt and felling trees with my axe, I clear woodland roads. Or it's a good thing that I like to get my hands dirty because my job maintaining and protecting the forest depends on it. So they say, all right, we're going to select the green one. Oh, whoop, that's not, sorry, but that's a lumberjack. Lumberjacks use axes or chainsaws to fell trees. So it's learning. They're learning about these different different careers. So they can learn more about a lumberjack. That brings them to that general, just kind of general page. And all the information on the careers comes from ONET. So, and that's updated. It's updated yearly from the ONET database. So the student can go on to the next. What would a ship captain say? And so they go through, and I'm just going to click on this just to get to the end here. Oh, I picked the wrong one. I didn't even read it. What would a coach say? I'll teach you the sport. Oh, yes, I am a coach. So there are five different pages, and the student goes through those. And then when they get to the end, they click Finish, and then it tells them how many they got correct, and then they can go back and learn more about those careers. And of course, they can play again. Favorite subjects is another activity. So this shows the students a connection between the subjects that they study in school to potential college majors and career options. So let's just, for example, choose foreign language as our favorite subject. So now we're given examples of high school courses related to the subject, and then careers that may be related. So the student, again, they can click on a particular career that they want to explore further, click on that, learn a little bit about it, save it to their list if they like, go back. They can do this again. They can click on a different subject and get a different list just generated. And then last but not least, we have the Would You Rather. So Would You Rather is fun. I actually played this. We did an event last week at a middle school, and we had groups of students coming through and playing this game, and they loved it. It's just great to see how students react and respond to these activities for their age. It's super. All right, so would you rather? Would you rather install, calibrate, operate, or maintain robots? Or would you rather develop instructional materials such as lesson plans, handouts, or examinations? Right, so they just select which they would rather do. They can learn more about maybe becoming an instructional designer and what that means. They can go on to the next. So I'm just going to go through this really quickly. There are 5 different pages. And then when we get to the end, you'll see what that looks like. Oh, would you rather? Okay. And then I randomly selected. So by my random selection, based on the choices, you may be interested in these areas. It looks like from what I chose, maybe the student would be interested in pursuing something in law, public safety, or education and training. So just, again, getting students just thinking about how their interests, how the subjects that they enjoy, how that ties into their future planning. And I know it does seem early for middle schoolers, but again, it's really never too early. I would like to show you this career search page. So this is a broader way for students to look for careers. So they can look at careers through these categories. So let's just do a quick little search here. I can show you. So let's just take that education and training category. So just based on that one piece of criteria, we have 69 careers that are found related to that. And then maybe you have a student that's thinking about going to school for vocational training or a 2-year degree. So I'm going to add that to our criteria. And now we have 5 careers that match up. So again, we can go and click on teacher assistant. Let's look at that a little further. So when you click on a career from this main career page, it brings you to more of a detailed page than that of when you're doing the activities. So we have our teacher's assistant here, general information at the top, and then as we scroll down, there's a lot more information that the student can get into: daily tasks, work activities, more careers like this. They can click on any of these careers listed. Professional qualifications, what kind of educational preparation is needed for this job, what kind of job training, and then and then knowledge required for this occupation. So there's a lot of information within these detailed pages. And so then we'll show you the career list here. So the students, maybe they have 15 to 20 careers that they've looked at, explored, discovered, and they have added these careers to their list to go back and do further exploration down the line. And then maybe once they get into like 10th and 11th grade, they're narrowing that list down to maybe a few. So, and you can do that. You can remove careers from the list. And you can also favorite careers. So I'll just show you. Once you favorite a career, it then appears on the student's digital portfolio, which I haven't shown you yet. So let me show you what that looks like. So the digital portfolio is a visual representation of the student's journey through Pathway. And it grows and it changes as they learn more about themselves. So they are looking at their affinities and growing their aptitudes and accomplishments. And as they move along in the activities related to academics, careers, financial literacy, and goals and strategies, that those different areas are populated on this page. So the activities comes from the student's profile. So they added, that dance, tennis that we added a few minutes ago. That the activities information comes from the student's additions in the profile. Their interests are added right from this page here, so they can select from the list here. Let's just do that and save it. And then once the student has favorited a career, they click that little purple heart, that appears right here. They add their favorite subjects in. They have a link to that resume page. If they have different languages that they speak, they can add those here, and that just says hello. There you go. And then they add their skills from there. That comes in from that profile, and the honors and awards also comes in from the profile. So this is something that they start at a young age, and then this stays with them as they get into the high school years as well. All right, and the last piece I wanted to show you was the Pay for College. So let's just click on Pay for College here. And so this is where the students can start learning about financial literacy. We give tips about how to how to understand how money works and how to manage it. So here's some information, money facts you should know, just some great tips. And then also we have a sample budget. So students can download a sample monthly budget to really get them thinking about money management, because I think this is something that's lost, that gets lost in the shuffle with students. I mean, they get, out of high school and they can't even balance their checking account, or they're moving out of their parents' house and they don't realize how much things really cost. So, what's coming in for money and what's going out for money, and then what you have left at the end of the day. It's just the great conversations to start having. So yeah, you can download a sample monthly budget right from here. All right. So that was kind of a quick review of some of the great features we have and available to our middle school students. Again, we're super proud to be able to offer this resource to students and educators and families across the Commonwealth. Like I said earlier, I'm going to leave up my my contact. That is not it. Oh gosh. All right. Where'd it go? Here we are. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. Oh gosh, where did I put it? Oh man, I did this the last time too. My apologies. If you would like to get in touch with me, if you have any questions, my name is Jennifer Bento Pinion. I can be reached at jbento@mefa.org. So it's JBENTO at MEFA, MEFA.org. So please feel free to reach out to me with any questions. If you're an educator that's interested in learning more about the site and how you can implement it into your school, do not hesitate to reach out to us. Again, that's jbento@mefa.org. And I want to thank you all for joining today. And yeah, have a great rest of the afternoon. Okay, thank you.